So a Nurmagomedov has finally lost. I repeat, a Nurmagomedov has lost. Jesus.
Jon Jones sucks.
So who would have thought that we start the year off with a Nurmagomedov losing a title fight? Well, I mean, we actually started the year off with a Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas main event, but I'm not going to stay up till 5 a.m. to watch that shit. Though I'll let that slide for now, since the following week we got to see a Nurmagomedov lose a title fight, which I'm not even talking about one of the shitty mid-Nurmagomedovs that fans don't really care about. I mean one of the actual undefeated good ones that they really seem to love. And I just want to make this clear, I'm not a Dagestani hater. I'm not even an Umar hater. In fact, I kind of just nothing him. He's not the most charismatic guy. He's just kind of, But he is incredibly talented. Will probably be champion someday, unfortunately. But my God, that was a joy to watch. Just something in the air now since a Nurmagomedov has lost. Just feels different. Like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Living life has never felt so good. The air around the world just feels like sweet relief. Unless you're a Dagestani fan, then it probably feels like bitter shit. But again, I'm definitely not a Dagestani hater. I like Khabib, he's a legend. Islam is pretty goated and fun to watch, but Umar, I mean, listen, I like who I like and I dislike who I dislike. Is that really that wrong? I mean, I hate to have to clarify that so much and give all these disclaimers. However, that's definitely not because this is regarding a fan base that will send you threats over talking about their favorite fighters like this. Crazy how Renato Moicano knocked down the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Crazy how retarded you are. Literally put a gun in your mouth and pull the trigger until you can't anymore. It's bad enough I've already had Jon Jones fans making videos telling me to basically myself already.
I was absolutely disgusted at what I just saw on YouTube with this JG2. You know, JG2. When you watch this, I want you to see if you can fly and jump off a fucking roof. All right? How about that? You're absolutely disgusting.
I'm seeing Nina Drama get upset about a couple death threats because people think that Arman Sarukian injured himself trying to impress her in a vlog video her husband's recording for them. Meanwhile, I got DeMarcus Lockett on my case telling me to off myself because I said Jon Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall.
Jump off a fucking roof.
He just told me to kill myself. But that's neither here or there. So anywho, Merab won his first title defense and saved us all from Umar Nurmagomedov as champion, and he might need to stick to photoshopping tweets of himself with the belt for another year. After being 2 rounds down, making an impressive comeback, a comeback as impressive as Merab's hairline itself, getting himself the unanimous decision win. So, I mean, you got to give it up for our bantamweight GOAT. Which is funny because a lot of fans hated Merab when he wouldn't fight for the belt because Sterling was champion. And then they hated him even more when he beat Peter Yan.
Yan lost to Merab 5-0. Stupid little cuck bitch. You fucking ugly little cuck!
And then they hated him even more when he beat Aldo the way he did. And then they hated him even more when he actually won the belt. And then they hated him even more because he had a complete lack of aura, which people like Lucas Tracy care so much about. But UFC 311, he became my hero. Actually, saying all of that out loud, I could probably see why Dagestani fans are a bit bitter over how everybody's celebrating this the way they are. No, actually, I just thought about how good it felt watching again. No, actually, it's still fucking amazing, actually. So for any of the Dagestani fans having a go at these new Merab fans for jumping on a bandwagon, hey, listen. Aura wins you fans. Especially fans like Lucas Tracy that make Aura tier list videos every couple months. Now, admittedly, fans are fickle. I'm not going to lie about that. But Dagestani fans need to stop acting as if everybody just has it out for them. I mean, it's a population of 3 million people, yet they have the biggest fan base going. How does that make sense? Hell, I even get comments of people just hating me for being British. Do you think I chose this? Most Dagestani fans have never even stepped foot in Dagestan. Look how everybody loved Leon Edwards when he viciously, brutally, disgustingly knocked out Kamaru Usman with a head kick. And then as soon as Bilal Muhammad just slammed him on his head, no one cared anymore. And he's just been getting relentlessly bullied about it ever since. You can't tell me Dagestani fans haven't been part of that.
He posted eye emojis to the UFC London card. I'd like to be awake when the main event starts. Don't make it a snooze fest, Leon. You'd make a great addition to the early prelims. Whack a Leon animation underneath of him being slammed on his head by Bilal. You let him bully you, son. Retire already, yeah? Bald head ting, yeah. Put the fries in the bag. Cope harder, bum. Bilal is your new champ. You got bullied, son. I'm no longer a fan. Headshot dead, and it's him being dunked on his head. Why did you let Bilal dunk you? You boring. Don't let him bully you, son. What the fuck, man? Leon getting destroyed.
And on top of all that, let's just be real. Dagestani fans, not all of them, mind you, of course, but generally speaking, are easily just the worst fan base in the entire sport. The only people that would disagree with that are Dagestani fans, and they'd probably say the worst fan base is a non-existent, dead McGregor fan base. And this is saying a lot, because even John Jones has a fan base.
Excuse me. Let me tell you something. They're JG2. My name is DeMarcus Lockett, and I'm a huge John Jones fan.
It's so bad that even fighters themselves are saying this. So Aljamain Sterling responding to a tweet talking about people celebrating Umar losing, saying, I agree with everything except the ending statement. People are this happy because their fan base constantly gloats, boasts, and bash other fighters chasing a dream. All haram. What is there not to be happy? Do you finally understand, or is still blind to this? To be fair, I don't actually know if clowning on Leon Edwards for Bilal Muhammad slamming him on his head is exactly haram. So I can't speak on that. But, I mean, the rest is pretty much true. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. Again, though, that's not all the fans, of course. Just generally speaking, as a fan base, most fans would say they're the worst. And, I mean, personally, I'm a fan of some Dagestani fighters. I'm just not a fan of the whole nation as a whole, as someone that's never even stepped foot in there. Nothing against Dagestan. It's just, I don't know, they just never invited me, really. But hey, God forbid anybody makes fun of Umar after getting rushed into a title fight for having his surname, while Merab's forced by the UFC to take this fight 4 months after his 5-round fight with O'Malley, especially after gassing out and getting clowned on during the fight, and especially after all the shit he said prior to the fight.
When you break down Merab's game, and obviously you break down your game, where do you see that the big advantages that you have over him?
Brother, everywhere. Everybody talk about his cardio. If I never tired in my fights, did you see anything like?
No, you didn't get tired, but he fatigues people. That's a great weapon.
We're gonna see who's better.
Yeah.
You will not make me tired, never ever. It's not gonna happen.
The shots that he took, you mean?
How Merab take him down? Take leg after him. He fall like a tree. I don't think he It's gonna be good fight, and everybody gonna see how much I'm better than him.
Yeah.
I hope guys you'll invite me to your podcast after. I will stay in front of camera with belt. What I said bad about your country, about your national, about your personal. A lot of guys don't care about Merab and they don't think he's a man. What I said, nothing. And even me, I think I'm the more Georgian and a man more than him.
And I'm just excited for you, bro. I'm just excited for you to become champion, and just a great story, man.
Well, to be fair, Cejudo has a point there. What a great story it would have been. He got into MMA, and he was Khabib's cousin. Also saying you're more Georgian than an actual Georgian man himself is just disgustingly disrespectful. I don't know in what world Umar thinks he has the right to say such a thing about Merab and question his dedication and loyalty to representing his country, Georgia.
I'm gonna make Mexico proud, okay? I'm gonna represent Mexico.
Okay, never mind. My bad. And if you're wondering how I'm so well informed on their backstories, well, thankfully, it's due to the fact that at the press conference, they would not shut the fuck up about how immigration works every chance they got on the mic.
I have a question for Merab. If you so much love Georgia, why you live in America?
I came here to make my dream come true.
You have to go
be
back.
UFC champion.
You have to go back to Georgia, live there. Do like this. Build their dream. Be with your people. I'm living in Dagestan, in my village, Manapkala.
I respect your decision. You can live wherever you want. You can represent whatever you want.
5 minutes later.
From here,
I hope you will live in Georgia.
I'm grateful for America.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
But I never forget my country, Georgia, who raised me. And
1 hour later.
America gives you lots of opportunity to work, to reach your goals.
At least we got to find out how Umar really feels about immigration, so that was interesting. Though who really cares about Umar's views on immigration? My main takeaway was, in the end, Merab was right all along.
But you will be humbled, my friend.
I'm always humble, Merab. I'm always. You don't need to do something. I'm always.
Actually, not really, unless being humble means that you think you won, saying you think you won, making excuses, having Ali rapidly tweet off his clients' phones, tweeting that Umar won. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty certain Bilal Muhammad genuinely did tweet this one himself. I'm seeing Umar raising his hand while they're announcing Merab as the winner, which, to be fair, I guess it's hard for him to tell what really happened in the fight while he's getting rolled over across the cage like this. I'm seeing Khabib in the back trying to grab the belt from Dana to put around Umar, which is weird because for the last 3 rounds, it looked like he was stressed out of his mind fighting a losing battle. I mean, credit to them, to be fair, because I guess they just genuinely are that unused to losing. But raising your hand after having this happen to you in a fight is crazy. I don't know who bro thinks he is. Peter Yan. With the amount of times that fans have posted about Umar's broken hand, you'd think someone chopped it off before the fight. No one gives a fuck. Granted, I wish him a speedy recovery and all that, but other than that, we do not give a fuck. No one cared about Gilbert Burns having one arm against Bilal Muhammad. No one cared when Covington yapped about having a broken foot against Edwards. No one cared when Pimlet broke his foot against Jared Gordon. The list goes on. I could go on all day. The McGregor foot being a balloon thing is still memes by these fans to this day. And even Merab had a broken hand before his Peter Yan fight.
2 weeks before my fight, I injured my hand. I was only training with one arm. During the first minutes of my fight, I could feel the pain in my hand, but I was ignoring the pain so I could fight. During the fight, I re-injured my hand, and I still feel the pain in my hand today.
Did you see him complain, make excuses? No. You know what he said? He said,
if I lost against him, the Peter Yan, I will kill myself, you know?
What the fuck? Broke his hand first round. No excuse, no excuse. No excuse, no excuse. Yeah, make sure to just say it twice, Ali, just so everybody's clear it's not an excuse. Guys, it's not an excuse. Guys, it's not an excuse. This is so loud. Holy shit. I'm even seeing these Umar Dagestani fans unironically posting pictures comparing Merab and Umar's face to say who won. Which, hey, if you go, by all means, go ahead. As long as they understand that means they think Volkanovski beat Makhachev in the first fight. Which isn't even something I'm trying to make a case for. But hey, you know, I'm not the guy posting selfies to say who won a fight. Just rewatched Umar versus Merab. Umar pieced up Merab with a broken hand. That goblin decision machine won it via taunting and showboating to the judges. It was a razor-thin decision. Healthy Umar would have won. Run it back at UFC. Oh yes, the lovely humble fan base that wonder why people are celebrating one of their favorites losing. When the champion just so happens to win, they call him a goblin decision machine. Buddy even named himself analyst to make it look like he knows what he's yapping about. Fuck off. Though I have to be fair, Umar fans aren't exactly the first to insult Merab in this kind of way.
Fucking clapped ugly nose fuck. Goblin inbred fuck. Hope you get hit by a truck.
Also, what's with people asking for a rematch? No. Getting a title shot based off your last name is one thing. 2 title shots back to back for a surname. No. Not like everybody can be like Khabib. You know, not everybody can be undefeated.
You want to become best. You want to become champion. And now you want to say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. He was tired. He have personal problem, family. Nobody cares.
So I think this week's lesson for the Dagestani fan base is, hey, it's okay to lose every once in a while. We all face adversity in life. I mean, look at Merab. He lost his first 2 UFC fights, and in one of them got choked out pretty badly. Leon Edwards is getting his head caved in by Bilal Muhammad of all people. Tony Ferguson is on an 8-loss streak. now losing to people like f***ing Michael Chiesa. Me, myself, I'm even on a 7-loss streak on Marvel Rivals ranked right now. You know, not as bad as Tony's loss streak, mind you, but... And with all that, I still believe Umar can come back from this someday and become champion. Much like one day I can break my 7 Marvel Rivals loss streak.
Last and certainly least, we have Umar. And he has beat who? 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 And who? No one but Gifted Sanhagan. Bruh. Also, reminder guys, I was backup fighter for O'Malley versus Vera, and when UFC asked Umar to be backup fighter for me and O'Malley, he said no. I mean, this guy wants title shot served to his bed like a breakfast. Biggest lesson here, Umar, get to work, you're not my level. Earn your title shot like rest of us, whose last names don't get gifts. Class dismissed.